Hey guys, how's it going? Holy Hannah, it has been, I think, almost 3 months since I talked to you guys. And first of all, I'm so sorry for being super MIA. That is not cool, and I apologize. Not today, but I do have plans to do a video explaining the insanity that was my summer, the wonderful things that happened over the summer. I have so much gratitude. It was really, really busy, and I just found that I needed a lot of downtime, but also so healing, and we got lots of cool experiences that I'm so grateful for. We celebrated with a lot of really great people, which I'm so grateful for. So overall, really great summer. Just really busy, and so I look forward to telling you guys a little bit more about it, but that is not the purpose of today's video. I will put a link once it's up though for that down below if you want to know what summer 2019 for this gal was like. So why am I here today then? I've told you a bunch of reasons why we're not here and why are we actually here. I have decided to start a new project, and so to give you a little bit of a glimpse into my summer, I have a friend who graciously offered to stay at my apartment while I was out of town and to take care of my cats, which again, very grateful for. And when I got back, she had conveniently left a box on my bed and had not mentioned that there would be this box on my bed. And in the box, I'll show you what the box looked like. I don't know if anyone already recognizes what this might be from the cover, but I will turn it. Hang on, let's see if we can make it like a game. Is this maybe giving you a bit more of a hint? You probably got it now. Put it in the comments below if you figured out with the timestamp what it is. And then 3, 2, 1. The Wild Unknown Tarot. So my experience with tarot up until this point has been pretty cynical, pretty limited. I used to always be super curious about tarot when I was younger, and I would always get readings done, and then I would be really guarded, and I wouldn't give them any tips or hints, or I'd be very mindful to not acknowledge things because I was always pretty convinced that I was just being gamed, to be honest with you. I was always pretty convinced that it wasn't real and that they were just reading my face for hints or signs or something. I was pretty cynical. But even with that, I still had these consistent weird experiences with tarot where there would always be one thing that really kind of stood out, or they would know the age of my sibling, and then I would be like, that's really weird, how could you know that? Or my sister and I are really far apart in age, so it's a really random thing for them to just guess, right? And so there was always something that seemed a little interesting about it to me, but I wouldn't allow myself to go down that woo-woo path when I was younger. So I was pretty skeptical of it. And then recently, I guess as you guys know, in the last 6 months, I've really been learning more about the law of attraction, learning more about just spirituality in general. I would define myself as having become progressively more spiritual as the time has progressed. And now we're at a point where I had a tarot reading about 3 months ago, and it rocked my world. It knocked my socks off. It was by this lady named Stacy Clausen, and it was so good. And then since then, and it was just so bang on, and there was things there's no way she could know. And I guess I was already at the point where I was starting to become more open and willing to believe this kind of stuff. So it was really good timing. And then with that, I've just become progressively more and more open to it. So I had never considered getting my own tarot deck. I do have an oracle deck, and the reason I got the oracle deck was actually because I fell in love with it after Stacy showed me how to use it. So thank you, Stacy. But pardon me, I lost my train of thought. For whatever reason, tarot deck really just did not resonate with me. I never bought myself one. I never had any interest in playing with one. It just seemed like too much work to learn the spreads and blah blah, and I just wasn't interested. And then this piece of magic just magically showed up on my bed. Now I'm not allowed to keep it. I do have to give it back. So one of the rules of tarot, I have been informed, is that you are not really supposed to buy your own deck. It's supposed to get gifted to you when the time is right. I feel like this is the invitation that the time was right. So when it comes time for me to give this one back, if I don't already have one given to me to replace it, I'm just gonna go out and buy one. I think this was all the invitation I really needed, to be honest. But this is not mine, so I am borrowing it for right now. What my idea was, is I've had this for about a week now, and I've spent a lot of time playing with it, and I even though I'll be honest with you guys, don't really know what I'm doing. I've really enjoyed the process of playing with it. I've started pulling cards at least once a day. I've done spreads every couple of days. Even with how busy I've really been prioritizing it, and I've really found it to be a lot of fun. So what I would like to propose to you, my viewers, and I hope that this resonates with some of you at least. If not, I'm going to do it because I think it's cool and I'm going to do it for me, and hopefully it helps you guys too, is I thought a good motivation to help me continue to learn would be to do one card pull a day and do it like a daily tarot video that I'll upload for you guys. I'm going to commit to at least on like a Facebook Live or an Instagram Live, do it. And some days, you guys, it might be like 5 minutes. Here's the freaking card. Here's what it says in the book. Okay, I got to go bye. Peace out. There might be the odd day that I have to do it over, a weekend where I have no Wi-Fi, so make it a couple in a row at the end. But I'm going to commit, and so what I'm going to call this project is the Daily Tarot, and it's going to be 365 days. So if you guys have seen the 365 days of like photos, I've done those on my personal Instagram a few times. I actually, to be totally honest with you, have never finished one. I got up to, I think, day 300 last time I did one. So this will be an on-edge challenge for me because it's just pushing my commitment level a little bit further with something that's still really quick, still really easy. Like I said, I'll upload the videos on Instagram Live for sure, and then or the Instagram stories, pardon me, and then what I'll do is I'll then add those and then some thoughts to it, and it'll go up on YouTube as well. So you will have access to it here. The other part of that, so I'm committing to one daily, just a single card pull. I'll show you what the deck looks like while I'm nattering at you guys too. So here's what the guidebook looks like. This deck really resonates with me. Like I just think it's so beautiful. All of the pictures, I don't know if you can see them. It's just very cool. But anyway, so I think what would be cool is to do a one daily reading, like one card a day. And then when there's evenings like this evening where I'm having fun doing, just playing with the cards and doing spreads, what I'll do is I'll show you guys the question, because there's always a question. I'll show you the cards, and then I'll show you what I am reading into that. So I'll kind of take you through the reading process. So a couple caveats here. I'm going to read only for myself. I know that technically there are some places that say you shouldn't read for yourself because you'll be biased and you should always read for another person. One of the personal growth strength things that I'm going through right now is learning to trust myself and learning to trust my intuition and know what it sounds like versus my ego. And so I think it's a really important growth step for me to be able to learn to read my own. And I also think it's kind of one of those cases of like, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So I think that this is where belief becomes really powerful. If you believe that reading, you'll never be able to read your own cards because your ego is going to get in the way, then you'll be right. And if you believe that you can read your own cards because you're able to discern the difference between your ego and your heart and your intuition and what is coming out of the cards, then you'll be fine. So that's what I'm choosing to believe. It might crash and burn in my face, but I don't think it will. I'm pretty confident that over this last week I've been reading my own cards and they've been pretty good. I have a feeling that we're going to be good. So I am going to read my own cards. I am learning. I've literally had this deck for a week, and I mean, it's not like it's my full-time job to read cards. I maybe spend like 10 minutes a day on it. So I'm probably going to get a bunch of shit wrong. Don't judge me. This is meant to be like, just like the 365, a picture a day for 365 days is meant to be a, like way to learn to be a better photographer and learn to like see things differently. That's what my goal is with this, is to learn to read and understand the cards differently, see the hidden meanings, learn to trust myself, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the ride. I am still going to post the odd other video on this channel. I do still have a message I want to share. This summer was so crazy that I just was having a lot of trouble having anything relevant come through, and I didn't want to be one of those people that's like just posting shit for the sake of posting it, because I'm not adding my voice to the communal language if it's not valuable to people, and I'm not here just to spread noise. I'm here to spread an important message, and if it's not coming through, it's just not coming through. So that's why. So I don't really know what happened there, but sorry about that. I was trying to get this all done in one shot. I was gonna be like, this will be the first video I haven't had to edit. Dang, we were wrong. Okay, anyways, where was I? Probably should have figured that out before I hit record again. Anyway, so that's why you haven't had it. There we go, I got it. that's why we haven't had a ton of videos this summer. I hope you guys can appreciate that I don't want to share things with you that are just fluff and only things that are meaningful and from the heart. And I am super excited about this project. So I feel like I've been super rambly about it. Oh, here, let me show you. This is what the actual deck looks like. And then I really, really love this deck. This will definitely be the one that I buy when it comes time to return this if I don't already have another one. And here's an example of what some of the cards look like. So they all have this kind of like black, oh, that's upside down, black and white design on them. And then some of them have a little bit of color, and it's all super symbolic. So like the colors that she chose, the way the lines are, like this is the sun card, so obviously it looks like a sun, but the way the cards are lines are radiating. This card's been coming up for me a lot lately. It's represents being stagnant and being at a stalemate, as you can see. So like everything here is super symbolic. So even though it's an not normal deck, I really resonate with it. So you can see, again, we've got the symbolism of the sun, we've got the yellow and the orange. This is the Two of Swords, so obviously we have the swords. We have them very clearly like holding the sun or the idea in place, holding the energy in place, like it can't go anywhere. As you guys know, like orange and yellow, red are like energetic colors. And then you have this kind of like, this desire for radiance kind of expanding out of the card, but then there's nothing actually moving because it's stuck, right? So that's kind of the story of the card. I can show you a few other ones that I really like. Three of Wands, I think this one's really pretty. So again, tons of symbolism in this card. You can see the stale, I need to use that finger, stale lines here, and then all the beautiful watercolors inside. Let me find a couple of the darker cards here. Cards that are maybe perceived as like not so positive cards. You can see here, so we got the Five of Swords. There's a very deep red down here. And then obviously we've got worms, not so great, and they can't see each other. They're being blocked by each other or by that sword. Wheel of Fortune, obviously a super positive card. We've got the symbolism of the moon and then the sun, nighttime, daytime. We've got the owl, and then all of these colorful branches. You can kind of see that. So anyway, so that's kind of what the deck looks like. I really love it. It's very simple. The guidebook is very simple. I'm going to be reading all the cards upright for the beginning, just as I get the hang of it. I know some people just continue, they always read cards upright, so that's great. Okay, so just to summarize what all my rambling has been, I am going to commit to you folks as my watchers, followers, listeners, whatever it is that you do on this channel with me. I'm going to commit to you to starting, today is Monday, I'm recording this, it will go live Tuesday as of my birthday. It's my 31st birthday, so I thought perfect timing to start something like this. The idea literally just came to me today and just felt very much like divine timing. So starting tomorrow, I will do one card a day to start off the day. I will post that for you. For those of you who are familiar reading tarot, if you think I'm missing the mark, please tell me. Like, part of the reason I'm doing this is to get better. Actually, a big part of the reason why I'm doing this is to get practice and to get better. And without feedback, that's really hard to do. I'm kind of just like going alone, and I don't have a ton of people in my super close circle that are super good at reading tarot that are willing to kind of help me with it. Obviously, I do pay to get readings and stuff on occasion, so I can see how they do it. But if you feel like I'm missing the mark on any cards, I'm just trying to fix my earring while we're talking here. If you feel like I'm missing the mark on a card, feel free to let me know. I would love your feedback. Let's keep it all positive. Constructive criticism, I would ask, please. And then, so we'll do one card a day. And then on the days that I do a spread, I will tell you the question, I will do the spread, I will tell you what I'm reading. Again, if you are skilled at tarot reading and you think that I'm maybe missing something because maybe my ego is getting in the way, maybe it's just because I don't know, I would love to hear that. And the other thing that I thought might be really fun is that I'm always going to do the cards for myself because I don't feel ready to do a reading for another human, and definitely not like online. I'm not there. But if you have a question about me or that you would like me to read for, something that could be like really fun or really silly, like, I don't know, how do I get my cats how to stop howling at night? I don't know, whatever. It could be anything. Drop it in the comments and I will pick some and I will give you a shout out when I pick yours, and then I will do the reading for you. And I thought that could be a really great way for us to get to know each other, and for us to have questions that are like a little bit more fun and not just ones that I'm thinking of. I did a couple pretty interesting ones today, but I didn't record them because this idea didn't come to me till after I had done that reading, unfortunately. But the questions were surrounding mine and my partner's current living arrangements was one of the questions. And then the other question was considering a trip for a wellness festival down south that I was thinking about doing. So those were both pretty cool. I did take pictures of the cards, so if you really want to know what those questions and answers were, let me know in the comments box, and I will at least put the pictures up and walk you through the meanings and what I wrote down what I thought that meant at the time. So if you want me to go through that, I will. It just won't be like as live. But yeah, so that's my idea. I'm really excited about it. I have been so energetically aligned with this tarot deck. It is like the only thing I can think about when I get home. I like set plans to clean and do all these other things, and I literally end up playing with the deck the whole night. So I think that's a sign that this is where I should be spending at least some of my energy. I think this will add a lot of really good structure to it. I think it will help to build the community around it and help me learn, hopefully, as well, and create some consistency, which is something that's currently lacking in my life. So thank you for that. And I really do truly hope that this is something that resonates with at least somebody out there, and that you guys find this video helpful. Maybe you're also trying to learn tarot. Maybe we can figure it out together. I don't really know. So I don't know who this video is for. I'm assuming that because I was called to do it as a video, that there's somebody out there that needs to see and hear this. So I'm holding faith that that's the case. And thank you for being here with me. Thank you for witnessing me. And really excited to get started as of tomorrow. So one more time, I'll show you, and I'll put a link for the cards down below, but here's the cards. One more time. I think they're beautiful. I love them. Huge props and thanks to Devin for leaving these on my bed for the time being so that I can play with them. And I look forward to spending time with all of you, sharing this with you. So thank you again for being here, and I look forward to our first reading. Mwah. Bye.